the very cool thing about the business is, I don't know about you, but for me, so many times I grew up listening to someone and wound up meeting them later in life, working with them, and it was always a trip. And the first time that happens, you kind of pinch yourself. You go, is this real?
Oh, I mean, and I did pretty good other than the first time. So I was still living in Houston, and Steve Tyrell called up, and he knew I was like a big James Ingram, Michael McDonald fan, all those kind of things. So he's got James over there, and of course he's crazy. Here, I got someone who wants to talk to you. So he hands him phone, and it's James Ingram, and I say, oh, I end up somehow saying, did you like singing with Michael McDonald? And I was like, I'm gonna be there. Oh boy, that was like, so I never did that again. But he would do that kind of stuff because whenever he was producing, he'd bring all these killer guys in, and I worked with him and his wife on a TV series called California Dreams, and the band was Lee Sklar, Mike Landau, and Gary Malaber, who did like all the Steve Miller Band stuff, and
Oh yeah,
on
yeah.
keyboards. Like, could you pick the guy who doesn't belong there? And Lee and those guys, because we had two TV shows that got picked up with a bunch of kids who had a band. We had The Heights for Aaron Spelling and California Dreams, and we wrote theme songs for both of them that helped sell the pilots. And we thought, well, they're not both going to get picked up, and then they both did. And so I'm like, when and I'd co-written a song with those guys called "How Do You Talk to an Angel" for the Heights TV show, and they put it, they put like a minute and a half version all summer in these movie theaters, and no one thought about it. So Capitol in the fall, we're up there actually shooting the show, and they said, why don't we send this thing out to 200 radio stations just to check it out? Well, it goes crazy. And it goes crazy at Z100 in New York, Kiss FM in LA, Eagle in Philly, like three of the biggest stations in the United States. And it's screaming up the charts, and they panic. So these poor kids are up there, they're up there in Vancouver filming, and Steve grabs an engineer, grabs me, and we pick up an engineer, Dale Penner in Vancouver, who ended up being the guy that discovered Nickelback and doing their first record. He's my engineer. We got studio A and B, going on up at Little Mountain in Vancouver, and we do most of the record we did 96 hours in 1 week in the studio. I did, like, and so we ended up doing that. It was a bit crazy.
Yeah, those are the days. I remember back, I was doing 16 and 18-hour days, and I'm really happy I don't do that anymore.
I can't do that anymore. I don't know how.
Yeah, I know. Neither can I. You think back, you wonder, how did I do that? Why did I even think that was a good idea?
You don't know any better. And the worst part, LA, you can work yourself to death, literally. Like you got to the point you have to say no to a project. And that is, boy, that gets bad. Did I just pass on the wrong one?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, right. Right. Tell me about how or if AI is affecting what you do.
Massively. But not in the ways people think. Uh, so I've got a vendor deal with Netflix and Sony, and both of them say I can't have AI, originate material. We do. Most of our guys are real. Like, we've never advertised. The people that sign up for our thing, usually a good person tells them. So we've got a really great group of guys, and but we're starting to see stuff coming in, and you can hear it. Like, we're catching, if it's got vocals, we can hear it. And all my guys are music people. I've got people in Europe with a master's, and like, we got serious cool guys, but I don't know if we can keep up. And the software that they have that can detect it, like, we had one group of guys, oh no, we did everything. We said, well, who's the singer? Oh, I don't know. We can't be bothered with that. I'm going, I mean, again, you could hear, like,
Yeah,
and
yeah, I
so
can.
we get some AI detecting software, and it goes, we do run 5 of their songs through, and they're going, there's less than a 1% chance that any of these 5 songs were done by a human. But as we're trying to find something to put into it, they keep getting better, that all the stuff's getting better, and the software is less reliable. I don't know if we're going to catch up. So the thing I say now is, I did a small movie called The Never List, a $500,000 movie. And I had 19 really cool artists in it, coming of age movie. And one of them was ex-American Idol and a couple Disney kids. And they go to release it during COVID, shut everything down, ruin the theatrical. And so when it goes to video on demand, I get 12 of the bands to do countdown concerts on Instagram. So two of them 2 weeks before, and they go on. Whoever's got the bigger Instagram numbers invites the other one on, and they do an unplugged masked version of their song. And so we do it 2 weeks before, 4 weeks after, and we drove the video on demand rental where that little movie was by Marvel Movies on Spectrum on the West Coast. So I always tell
Wow.
people, you can use AI, but how many more people are going to go to your movie?
Yeah.
How many more people are going to care about your show? I don't think so.
There's an FM station I like to listen to. It's a college station out here, and I like it because it's like FM radio of old, where they play a wide variety of genres and eras. And the other day, all of a sudden, they switched to a song, and I started to think, is this AI? I can't tell. And what was scary was either it's something that's programmed up so tightly, and that very well could have been, or it was something that was AI generated. And either way, it's not a good thing because it's sucking the creativity out of real players, I think. And this, coming up doing that hurts when that happens.
What made me feel good recently is I heard an AI song that was fantastic. AI singer, AI everything. And it even to the point where each time the verse, the singer would sing it differently, a little higher, a little this.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And it felt soulless. There was something, even though technically perfect, I didn't love it. I didn't, and I felt like, whoo, because technically you're going, it's great. I mean, and it was as good as AI could get at this time. And I felt good.
That brings up a point, though. Maybe flaws are what we really need in music, keeping the mistakes in, because that actually proves that you're a real human.
Well, let's get to then every 70s record as it speeds up at the end.
Yes, right.
Turn the click off. Oh, turn it back on. No, there was no click. There's a little bit of that, and yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't have the technically, perfect is perfect, but yeah, there's something soulless about it that it felt, and again, how many times is there, oh, don't play that chord. Well, hang on a minute. Hang on,
Yeah, yeah.
there's things you go, wow, that was an accident.